Good afternoon, everyone. This is Frank Ochoa with your midday update along with Kathy Garber, Jack Rose. I think Jack is actually going to be out on this call here, but right now I just wanted to give an update for the ES. It's clear we're in a range today. Not a whole lot to say. I had the 1809 as kind of the pivot around the pivot to watch for the day, and we basically traded above and below it throughout most of the day. I gave two upside targets for the session. The first one was the primary target for the day, 14.5, and the scaling was 11.25. And right now the high of the day is 11.5. So we hit the first target and dropped away from that level. I think what was important was when we came up there, we made that double top at 11.5. At the same time, the NQ was making a new high, and it had a negative or bearish divergence in the NQ with the oscillators, and also at the same time the Dow, the Russell, the mid caps were all making significant lower highs, and that was an easy call to get back toward value around VWAP around 1808s, and that's what we did. Right now, that's basically the range. We have 11.5 on the upside, and the bottom side of the range is 1808 down to 1806s. And I still think this is bullish so far. Everything is still bullish until proven otherwise, and I still think there's a shot to get to 14.5 on the upside target, and as high as 1775 today. But I think 14.5 is the logical next spot, given the ADR targets that I've calculated. On the downside, 1805 would be, if we break down below 1808s, then there's a good shot we can retest those 1805s, and breaking below 1805 introduces 1801.75. And obviously we have some FOMC or Fed speakers right now, and this thing is just kind of quiet range trading until we violate the range. So not a whole lot to say other than more of the same, and then there's targets above and below that we have now. For crude oil, this one was nice early on. I missed it. Man, those 97.85s were solid today. I think Ola got those, and which was a fantastic spot. I was looking to sell in this area, and that's when I had some platform issues. I couldn't get my stuff going, and the resulting move was solid. Breaking through 97.50 was important, but when we came back to 97.50 to test from below, they couldn't get it to go off around that zone, and instead, as soon as we printed 51, 52, 53, you started to run those stops, and it was clear that it was likely going to be a stops run or a short squeeze back toward the 75s. And we actually got all the way back to the breakout point, about around 80 and just above. So it was a round trip reversal there. Once we hit 85 on that pullback, though, we formed what I call a roll down reversal and put in a bunch of wicks around the 77, 78 zone. And that was a spot to be bearish back toward 50. And that's since worked out, and we're now sitting on 97.50, which was that short-term pivot. So this is an important spot now, because below it you have trapped shorts, and above it you have a series of lower highs that come in from 97.97, 97.90, and 97.85. And remember, those 98s have been significant resistance. We cannot get through those zones. But by the same token, 97s have held. 97 to 97.10 is that next area of support down below. And this makes 3 days now that we've traded predominantly between 97 and 98. I mean, that is a significantly tight range. And as I mentioned this morning, this type of tight range usually leads to a major breakout opportunity once we find that direction. So until then, it's more of the same, back and forth. 97.50 is that little mid pivot to watch. We break down below that zone, then I say we test 97.10 to 97. If we continue to hold it, then we go back up and test 97.75 and 97.80. But until we break out from that 98 and 97, this coiling right here is going to make for a very impressive breakout opportunity. It may not be today, but when it happens, perhaps tomorrow, it could be a solid move of about 3 points in the direction of the break. So watch it very, very closely. That's all I have for right now. Very, very quiet so far, but it's been pretty easy to see the ebbs and flows here so far. But that could change this afternoon, especially once all these Fed speakers are done speaking. That's all I have for right now. Let's see how it plays out.